Hey everybody, welcome back to Small Plots with Kevin. I'm Kevin, and this might just be the stupidest stealth camp I've ever purposefully gone on. We're supposed to have insane winds, insane rain, and an Uber just dropped me off near my location, and I gotta just run into the woods. There's a little break in the, well, I was gonna say there's a little break in the wind and rain, but not so much the wind. This is, I just look like I'm going camping. I can't believe there's people walking on this trail that I'm about to enter too. That's crazy. Anyway, have some fun things planned for tonight. I'm camping in a tent. Hey, that's different for me. Usually I camp in a hammock. I got a cheap old tent. I have an interesting way of starting a fire, and I have a couple options for food. So let's rush into these woods and get set up before it starts pouring again. I guess I'm gonna try to go down here. The woods I'm going into are right next to a somewhat recently built shopping area. There's a Costco, there's an REI, there's some restaurants and gas stations, things like that. And the area that I'm gonna be camping in is sort of like earmarked for future development. So far nothing, just cool places to camp. Not too much back here. I'm being very obvious, so I gotta move. I've actually camped nearby this place once before. I'll put a link to that video in the description, maybe, if I remember. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if I do that. Okay. I'm gonna get wet just doing this. Definitely a trail. I don't know who's using it. Hopefully it's not a person. Okay, so far so good. Doesn't appear to be anybody in here. I don't think anybody saw me come in here either. So 2 wins so far. The rain has stopped, the wind has died down a little bit. This is kind of perfect, but I want to hurry. I don't want to squander this. Ah, look at this. I'm gonna put my stuff down, just walk around a little bit. I have camped in these woods, not at this spot, but in a different part of these woods before, and I've walked around and haven't seen any evidence of people, but I want to do that again just to make sure. But I'm thinking tent over here. I have a tarp for in front of the tent so I can like sit out front and have a fire and stuff. I don't know, I'm pumped. No, it's gonna be a wild night. I'm always on the lookout for stuff like this. I don't know what caused that. It could be just somebody slipping in the mud. Could be a deer. Could be nothing at all, but that's kind of what I keep my eyes open for. Yeah. Looking pretty good. There's a giant orange cone up there. Not worried about that. Okay, I see the cone, but there might be an orange tent over there. I'm gonna go check out to see if I can see if that's an orange tent over there or not. If it is, I have other woods I can go to. But this is why we check. I don't want to be sleeping next to a stranger in the woods like that. Okay, so here's the obvious cone. And there's the orange thing. I don't know if the camera's picking up on it. Way over there. I'm pretty sure that's just another cone. Okay, yeah, we're good. We're good. Boy, that's a hole. That's got to be coyote or fox. Something big. I'm not gonna mess with that other than crawling right inside. Looks like some pretty clean woods. There's some traffic over there on the highway. Okay, this is gonna work. I see Costco over there. This is really nice out here, actually. I expected to get out here in a hurry and get hit in the face with wind and rain, because that's what it was doing just a few minutes before my Uber came. It was pouring torrential downpour, like 30-mile-an-hour winds. It's supposed to be doing that and getting worse all day and night. So I'm glad to have this little reprieve. Okay, let's go set up the tent. I think right around here is a good spot to have my tent. It's flat. I'm protected on one side by this hill, kinda, and on behind the camera on another berm. So it kind of like comes in like this, and I'm gonna camp right in the middle. I think this is gonna work nicely. I got this old tent in 2014 when I was starting to get back into camping the first time a few years ago. And it's a good tent. I've been through many hard times, many good times with it. And we'll see if it holds up tonight. It's an incredibly cheap tent. I bought it at a Dick's, I think, for like $100 in Colorado. That's it. That's the story. Gonna use this poncho as a ground tarp. Best I got for right now. Oh boy. Two poles, two measly tent poles. That's what we got for tonight. The temperature's actually not too bad right now. It's in the 40s Fahrenheit. It's going to drop tonight, get in the upper 20s. So that'll be fun. Of course, it's bunched up on one side. It takes form. Okay, tent is erected. I gotta fix the ground sheet, but I'm gonna try and figure out what the tarp's gonna do next. Well, the wind has picked up just in time for me to try and figure out what I'm gonna do with my tarp. I think I'm gonna try to somehow attach it to this tree and kind of drape it this way so I can kind of have like this area down here. I don't know if that's gonna work out. That's what I'm gonna attempt to do. I hope it works. Oh boy. Whew, okay. The wind's still picking up. It started to rain for a second, but then it stopped. But more is imminent. I kind of got what I need here. I tried to connect all the lines to whatever trees I could, but whatever lines weren't near a tree that I had to stake in the ground, I have big heavy rocks. There's a lot of like chunks of concrete and asphalt and stuff around here from when there used to be a structure here many years ago in the like 60s or 70s, who knows. But like a ton of this type stuff. I'll be monitoring it all night, of course. As you can see, it's kind of just like a sail right now. Oh boy. It's very roomy and spacious in here though. I feel like it's pretty taut. I can see that rock moving up and down. I did that pretty fast. I didn't bring my chair on this trip, so sitting right there is the plan. Thus the little tarp that I wanted to put up here. Okay, I guess now we camp. Okay, think I'm actually done. I tied up an extra loose end on the tarp, so every single one of the tie outs possible on the tarp is tied out. Well, we still have a little bit of break in the rain. It keeps coming and going. My tarp's already wet, it's got some drops on it. Before I really settle in for the night, I just want to stretch my legs, kind of look at the surroundings, see if the camera can pick it up. There's a big green expressway sign over there. Probably not, we'll see. And right over there is a super close highway that I'm going to be hearing all night long. Isn't that novel for a stealth camp? And then over that way, you can kind of see the plaza, the shopping area that I'm camped next to. Let's see how stealthy I am with my bright orange colored stuff. So someone would have to come through this field to get anywhere near me. And I don't think they're gonna do that. But if they did, well, they'd probably see me immediately. I'm right there, I'm clearly camping right here. I'm really not worried about it. As I said, someone would have to walk through that field. There's no reason to. It's almost dark and it's gonna be pouring with insane winds all night. So the chances are, I'm gonna call them 0. Usually I don't like to speak in absolutes. I'm gonna go with a 0% chance of somebody coming back here tonight. The lines are holding up really well so far. They're all very taut. That's good, that's good. It's kind of awkward over here, but it's just the way it kind of has to be. I don't have the best trees to tie around, and I wanted to have more trees tied than stakes in the ground. That's just a recipe for disaster with all stakes. It's kind of cozy in here. Look at that. I already got my sleeping pad muddy. That's good. That's gonna happen. It's probably gonna happen. Very nice. I'm going to enjoy chilling here tonight. Whew. It's nice to finally relax. You know, before these trips, it's go, go, go. It's not just what's on the camera. It's before the camera when I'm getting everything ready and want to make sure I have everything. I'm stressing over missing a minor detail and what time it is, what time sunset is, how long it's going to take me to get here, what the weather's going to be like. I took an Uber here. It honestly all went about as smooth as it possibly could have today. Whew. Especially considering I was planning on coming out in just torrential rain and crazy wind, but that's okay. This is really nice. I have a little bit more than an hour before sun sets, so it's gonna get dark pretty soon. May as well start a fire. And what better way than a fire in a can? I don't know if you guys have seen these advertised, these city bonfires. You can get them on Amazon, or the company has a webpage. I've never used them before, but apparently you just light it and it's like a campfire for 3 to 5 hours, so 3 hours. That's what it looks like inside. I gotta light each one of these little things, and it's safe to cook on. And I have some hot dogs I'm gonna cook on it. That's pretty cool. If it was too crazy outside to light this, then I was ready with some backup tuna creations to eat. But I think we're gonna be good. I think I'm gonna be able to light this now and keep it going. The wind, I can see it going crazy in the trees. I'm definitely feeling it down here, and the camera's probably hearing it, but the raised ground all around me and the trees are really doing a great job protecting me. One thing that I've heard in my research about this is how difficult these things are to light. It looks like they've started scoring them a little bit. Some of the ones I saw online weren't scored like this. They were just clean holes. So that's probably an attempt to get them to light better. But also, butane torch. I'm not messing around. I mean, this is it's a little bit messing around. I'm messing around a lot. Uh-oh. I checked it so many times at home. Why isn't this not lighting? Okay, we gotta figure something out. I checked this so many times. Double, triple checked it. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out. Okay, I got it. Just had to breathe on it a little bit. It is a butane torch, and I know butane doesn't do great in the super cold weather. Not that it's super cold out, but might just be cold enough. Okay. Okay, I think that's lit. It looks lit. Hopefully the wind doesn't blow it out. Smells kind of good, and they go out. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be a pain, I can tell. Yeah. Kind of hear like an animal or something behind me. I wish I could go check it out, but I just have to do this. Hey man. Yeah, blocking the wind is doing good. I don't want to keep it too close to my tent. All right, so I had to go get this big rock and put it there as a windshield, and even then it's not really working that great. This one right here in the corner just keeps going out. Oh, that one looks like it's about to go out too. These two front guys are doing well. It looks good. I just wish it would stop going out. It's not the fault of this thing, it's just really windy out here. I might need to get a couple more rocks, just kind of surround it, keep it from blowing around too much. Actually, this isn't even really a rock, it's just a hunk of asphalt. The temperature is dropping exponentially. I just put a hoodie on, I put a new little warmer hat on, and I'm good so far. I have another jacket if I need it. I was prepared. I knew the temperature was gonna plummet. Even since I've been here, it was probably about 45-ish when I got here, and it's gotta be close to freezing already, just in the last hour or so, just plummeting. And you can feel it. You can truly feel it. It's kind of relaxing now. Fire's going pretty decently. It's a little early to crack into the beverage center, but soon I'll get that going. But for now, I'm just kind of relaxed and relaxing. Boy, this is a green shot, huh? You got the green tarp, you got the green coat, you got the green two-tone tent, and this leaf, that's green as well. I gotta say, this tent does a pretty good job at just blocking the wind. It's a good 10 degrees warmer in here, just for whatever reason. Just kind of keeping it in, it being the heat. I gotta say, I'm impressed with the old gal. Not too shabby. Fire's going pretty good out there. Yeah, I didn't bring my camp chair, but I'm really not regretting it. I'm kind of between it's between sitting Indian style, right in front of the fire, or just leaning back and relaxing for a minute. I'm very comfortable. I brought my sit pad, but I'm using my sleeping pad as a sitting pad here. Just kind of on it right now. That's kind of how I'm gonna rock it all night, keeping my butt nice and warm. Well, I appreciate everyone watching. I would super appreciate it if you gave me a little sub down on that little red rectangle, the subscribe rectangle. Really trying to grow the channel. More of this type of stuff, stealth camping. Sometimes it's not stealth camping, sometimes it's regular camping, sometimes it's not camping at all, sometimes it's just whatever. But predominantly, I know people really like the stealth camping, and I really like the stealth camping, so I do a fair amount of that. So if you'd consider subscribing, I would super appreciate it. And if you're really feeling kind, pop a like, pop a bell. Those are important to help grow the channel as well. Wow, yeah, the camera's not picking up on it at all, but that sky over there where it looks blown out white is just incredibly dark clouds. but I think they've passed. And there's more incredibly dark clouds on the way over there. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a cozy sleep. Let me show you around the tent. Okay, that's pretty good. Have my pack right here, have some extra clothes and stuff up there, got some beers underneath my pack there, and I'm just gonna sleep right here. That's it. That's the tour, that's the grand tour. Pretty simple. I knew the weather was gonna be terrible, and usually I camp in a hammock, but I didn't want to be holed up in the hammock all night, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to bust the tent out again. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've used this tent. Certainly not since starting small plots back in the spring. Well, as soon as I just turned my camera off to change the battery, the insane gusts started up. Like the insane gusts. Stuff's falling. More insane than the previous gusts, like the actual 45, 50 mile an hour gusts appeared. So they're coming. I think that was a precursor. Ooh, I'm excited. This hat is really too small for me. And it's weird because I have a tiny head. Okay, I think it's time to bust open the beverage center here. Well, since I got this tent originally in Colorado, I used to live in Colorado, Denver to be more specific. I'm from Rochester, but I had some time in Colorado, several years, but broken into two. Anyway, so I have some beer from Breckenridge Brewery. And what better beer from Breckenridge Brewery to bring out than Strawberry Sky, because, you know, it's a super summery beer, very tropical, kind of like what we're experiencing right now. I thought it was a good first choice. I have a few different Breckenridge Brewery beers here. This is just the first I'm going to open. Full disclosure, to me, Breckenridge Brewery is good, it's fine, but my opinion of it has always kind of been like, it's fine, you know, it never blows your mind. But it's decent good beer. It's out of Breckenridge, Colorado, but they also had a tap room in the city of Denver, and that's where I've had most of their beers, is there. It smells like strawberry. And it tastes like strawberry, kind of like a strawberry Pilsner almost. No, it's a Kolsch. Okay, Kolsch style. With a delicious finish. It does, actually. It's a very delicious finish. Yeah, it's a pretty good first beer. I'm gonna start cooking pretty soon. Right now, my idea is the weather's getting worse and my fingers are getting cold, and I'm gonna cook in a little while on this fire here. And then once the fire burns out, it says it lasts 3 to 5 hours. Once that 3 to 5 hours is up, I don't think I'm gonna light the second one. I think I'm gonna go in the tent and hang out, depending on what time it is. Probably gonna be like 7 or 8 or something like that. A little too early to go to bed, but I think just the pain in the butt of trying to use my cold, almost depleted butane torch on a second one of these when the weather's even worse, it just doesn't seem like a good time. So I'm gonna hang out, drink this beer for a little while, and then I'm gonna roast some hot dogs on this here city campfire. I'm glad to be out here now. It's, ooh, that's a way worse angle. I'm trying to get it so the light isn't just front and center there. I don't know, whatever. There's like a thing, there's like, I don't know. Production. I wonder what the Uber driver thought of me getting in the Uber with my clearly about to go camping, and just picks me up in the city and, excuse me, drops me off right on the edges. I'm still in the city right now, but very close to the edge of the city limits. But it's this is nice. This is kind of a good payoff. Just chilling, doing one of my favorite things, drinking a beer, just kind of watching the crazy weather around me. I'm getting a little peckish, so I think I'm gonna cook some hot dogs. Some simple guys tonight, no jalapeno cheddar dogs or anything like that. Just some classic beets, you know, from Oscar Mayer. It's Oscar Mayer. So, instead of looking for a stick, I brought some chopsticks, and I'm just gonna roast it on this bad boy here. Yeah, it's going in pretty good. Oh yeah, good stuff. It's totally rocking. Okay, this is enjoyable. This is enjoyable to me right now. This is good. Getting a sense of satisfaction from this. Okay, let's eat this wiener. I got it kind of jammed into the ground right there. I'm finished cooking. It kind of made the flame go out a little bit. I think whatever juices were falling off the hot dog put it out. It's not going as good. This one's totally out. All right. Tortillas always make good hot dog buns when you're out in the wilderness. It's a cooked hot dog. No weird taste or anything. Oh God. That was barely warm. The first part was promising, and then it just got cold by the end. I wanted to cook it more, but the flames were going out. I don't want the flames to go out, so I stopped cooking it. So I guess, I don't know. I'm not saying you can't cook hot dogs on these things, but it's kind of a pain in the bee, and I wouldn't recommend it. Maybe I'll try it again when it's not so crazy windy and, you know, inclement weather and stuff like that. I might have some tuna a little bit later, but that was enough to just kind of satiate me. And yeah, that was it. That was the cooking the hot dog. A little anticlimactic. Nothing too great. Now I just have this chopstick I got to do something with. I got this chopstick, and then I have a orphan chopstick in there. What am I going to do with just a random chopstick? All right, time for beer number 2. For beer number 2, I have the Juicy Drip Hazy IPA. Juicy Drip or Juicy Drap? I don't know. The vowel is just like a symbol of a hop. It's anyone's guess, really. You're never gonna be able to see that. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go Breckenridge Brewery number 2-ery. It's pretty good. Average, but good. Averagely good. It's good. It's really all I have to say. Nothing spectacular. It's nice. It is a bit of a juicy drip, I think. It's you can kind of see a little bit of the light peeking through, but sun's been set for about a half hour. It's basically pitch dark out here. It feels a lot later than it is. It always takes me a while to get used to this getting dark super early. The wind keeps coming and going. Like I'll think it's going away, and then all of a sudden some weird sounds. I didn't hear a lot of weird sounds. Someone might be like over there. or something. They came camping later. I don't know. I heard like chains clinging around, like big heavy chains, and they didn't seem far enough away to be from the expressway. Anyway, what was I even talking about? The wind, it keeps dying down, and I'm like, oh, maybe that's the end, and then just huge gusts come back. I think that's kind of going to be my night. Hasn't snowed yet, but I don't think it's supposed to snow for another hour or so, so I'm kind of holding out hope. Cross my fingers it snows tonight. Just a little bit. I don't need it to be like, you know, winter wonderland in the morning or anything like that. That would kind of be a big P in the B to pack up in, but I'll take a little sprinkle. Take a little sprinkling. That's what I mean. Where the wind dies down and then it just kind of like picks up. Those lights are so close. I wonder if anyone can, I mean, they can definitely see this light when it's on, when I'm filming. I wonder if they can see the firelight. Here, this is what it looks like without this light. Just turn it off. If I can figure out how to do that. Yeah. Oh my God. Something just jumped over there. Also, this isn't totally off. Oh, I have it on at like one side. How did I even do that? What's going on? That was weird. New feature, must have updated the firmware. Cozy and rustic. Okay, I've fixed this line. I've tightened it up. I've reinforced the weight, added a couple more rocks, and I also tied it to that tree over there. So this should be good. This is kind of like where the brunt of the rage of the wind comes from. The fire looks like it's kind of relit itself back up after the hot dog. After the hot dog put it out. Yeah, it's starting to get pretty bad out there. Cold and windy. I think it's supposed to snow in a little bit. So that's cool. I'm just in for it. I'm just here and in for it. You can really see how close I am to things with the lights. Those are not far away at all. These street lights, not really that you know, out there. right in a population center right now. Whew, cozy. Extremely cozy. The wind has really died down all of a sudden, and the clouds are kind of breaking up. Oh boy, can't focus. Yeah, the yellow wind warning may have been a bust. It was super windy for a while, and now it's just regular windy. Like, it's still windy, it's just not insane windy. The trees are not going insane like they were, and I can even kind of see some stars up there. Well, there's definitely a little break in the weather, although I just checked my phone to see what was up, and I'm kind of I looked at the Doppler, I'm right smack dab in the middle of a whole thing. So I think the broken up clouds and the died down winds are merely temporary. And as I say that, the wind picks up again. Oh boy. Huge snow clouds coming this way. Who knows if it snows, but the Doppler shows distinct and enormous snow clouds. And I looked up in the sky and I saw them headed this way. I tried to get it on camera, but it just didn't show up very well. Yeah, the sky that was broken up and I could kind of see stars like maybe 10 minutes ago is now completely cloudy again. And it's there, and the wind has picked up. Wow, that was crazy. It just, everything just kind of stopped for like 20 minutes. And now it's back to the way it was. Nature's so interesting. Oh my stars and garters, it's snowing. I had to turn the light on to see it. I noticed the fire kept crackling like stuff was falling in it. And I turned my light on, and here it is. Here it comes directly in. I'm just getting snowed on. I don't want to leave my tent open. We'll see how long this lasts and how bad it gets. But it's snowing, baby. First camping snow of the year. Well, I mean, at least, you know, like this season. You know, winter 2021 last year there was snow, but I'm talking this, you understand. This is great. With the wind blowing, my tarp is just this dome. It's a consistent dome. It doesn't take very, very much wind. It doesn't even have to be gusting. See it? Here it is dripping down a little bit. Without the dome, it kind of just drips in my face. But then a little bit of wind happens. Yeah, I thought it was going to happen right there. Well, it's kind of happening. And it goes back, there we go. It goes back into dome mode. Time for my third beer of the night. That's right, 3. Again, all from Breckenridge Brewery. I got a multi-pack, whatever you want to call it. It's a vanilla porter. It's probably the first time I've drinking a vanilla porter here on the channel. And what does it say? I can't read. Let's get in the light here. Roasted malts with notes of vanilla. Well, that kind of sounds like a vanilla porter to me, just by definition. Classic Breckenridge Brewery. Here we go. Pretty good. It's a vanilla porter. That's what they do best. They make the beers by definition. You know, it's not going to blow your mind, but it's good. It's not going to disgust you. That's kind of just the general Breckenridge Brewery thing, I guess. That might be my favorite of the night. I don't drink porters an awful lot. The IPA was pretty good, but I think this porter might take it. Between the IPA and what was this? The Strawberry Sky Kolsch. All my cans. Pretty good. The snow has stopped for now. It snowed for a little while and it stopped. I expect it to return. The wind has persisted. It's back in full force. And I'm kind of just biding my time until this fire burns out. I think at this point I have maybe half hour left. We'll see. I could have an hour. I could have 2 hours. I don't know. I've never burned one of these things before. I'm going by complete guesses right now. But yeah, I'm literally just sitting here listening to sounds. To the sounds of the traffic, to sounds around me, to the sounds of the wind. I'm not having a podcast going. I'm not watching TV or anything. I probably will once I retire to my tent, but for now I'm just really enjoying just being present here in nature. As small of a little plot as this is, that's I'm getting a large amount of enjoyment from it. Yeah, I'm gonna. It's still got a little flicker, but I'm gonna call it at almost exactly 4 hours. A few minutes more, like eight minutes more than 4 hours. So that's pretty good. That's right in the middle between 3 and 5. That's just fantastic. Okay, I am in the tent. I kind of forget how much I miss having a space when I'm camping. Like, I can put my bag right next to me and have my bottle of water and some tissue if I need to blow my nose or something, like right here. And I don't get that in a hammock. And I guess that's 1 point to tent, point minus hammock. It's still pretty early. I'm gonna hang out and maybe like watch some YouTube or listen to a podcast for a little while. I might eat some more tuna. I don't know. Just kind of hanging out right now. Gotta change my socks. I'm in my sleeping bag right now, but I forgot that I have a rule that every time I get in my sleeping bag, I gotta change my socks and go in with fresh socks, and I forgot to do that. And it's just killing me. It's just killing me inside. So I'm gonna change my socks. Well, the wind continues. It's been pretty windy. I've just been hanging out in my tent, dealing with the gusts that come through. But I think it's finally time to lay my head down and just pass out. This wind has been lulling me to sleep, and I'm just exhausted. So unless anything crazy happens in the night, well then, I guess I'll see you in a second. Not a terrible night, not a great night. I went to bed so early, like 9:30 or so, but I still don't feel like I got a ton of sleep. I'm just not a ground sleeper. It was like one of those things where I never felt like I was really asleep. I would just check the time and it passed, so I like, oh, I must have slept. And then as soon as the light starts poking in is when I like actually sleep. I don't know why that happens. It's like a camping thing, but yeah. Just kind of been lying in the sleeping bag for like 10 hours. I'm too cozy to leave, but I gotta go home and edit this video up. And it's just, you know, I can't lay here forever. Just in the woods next to a shopping plaza. But the good thing about a tent is I can do most of the packing up in the tent, other than the tent itself and the tarp, which is utterly useless, by the way. It never really rained or snowed a significant amount. It snowed on and off throughout the night, but when I was sitting under it, it snowed, it just came in the side anyway. So the tarp was utterly useless. Didn't need it really at all. It kind of made noise, flapped around, and now it's something extra I have to pack away. But you don't know. The forecast called for a ton of rain. It didn't get any. C'est la vie. It is a pretty chilly morning too. It's about 25 degrees Fahrenheit outside. The wind was going strong for most of the night. It's not right now. Tiny breeze, but really nothing to speak of. The dome of my tarp is no longer domey. It's kind of saggy now. Saggy dome. But yeah, I'm gonna start packing up and get out of here. I'm just kind of dilly-dallying now. I'm a wishy-washy dilly-dallyer. All right, we do have a little bit of snow. Oh yeah. It looks fake. Just like these little balls. Nice. That's what I heard hitting my tent and tarp all night. Just kind of collected in the leaves. Looking pretty good. Pretty good indeed. The sun's coming out. It's not getting any warmer, but the sun is coming out. I've packed up the tent, I've packed up the tarp, I've packed up all of my accoutrements, and it's time to say farewell to this little bit of a small plot. It was a good one. I liked hunkering down in the high, crazy winds. And it's kind of nice that I didn't have to pack up this morning in wind and rain and all that stuff. That's definitely a boon. But this has been Small Plots with Kevin. I'm Kevin. Don't forget, everybody, new episode of Small Plots every Tuesday. I got, I think, one more episode of Small Plots in 2021 before taking a short break and then resuming in January. Just want to take a break for the holidays. It's just hectic. It's hard to get out for a video. But I'll be back, and I'll have one more video before I do take that break. So, thanks everybody, and I'll catch you on that big windy sun in your eyes nexty. Okay. Alright, let's see if anyone's waiting for us in the entrance here. Alright, now just a bunch of ticks. Okay. Looking good. Already a bunch of people shopping at REI. Oh my god, a snake! Well, adios.